Welcome to the Online Success Journey podcast, your opportunity to discover and learn from entrepreneurs like yourself. This is not your typical podcast, but a place where you can get the real story and find out how real people encounter speed bumps and detours, but journey through to find success. Now here's your host for the Online Success Journey podcast, Patience.
Hello everyone and welcome to Online Success Journey. This is episode 9. Are you ready to join the clan? Today we have Allen Vaysberg. Allen is a CEO of Human Potential, bestseller, author, speaker, Human Potential Radio, Human Potential Press, Syndicate Radio talk show host. He speaks on life purpose, career change, work-related balance, and helped people recalibrate their lives. Hello, Allen.
Good morning for me. Good evening for you.
Good afternoon to me. Yes. I know the clan is anxious to hear your story, so let's get started with the basics. Can you tell my clan a little bit about your background, about what you did before you started your online business? Take us right to the last job or the business you did before your online healthy lifestyle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I was born in the former USSR in Ukraine and came to the United States seeking the American dream with my parents at the age of 14. Wanted to be a professional tennis player, an actor, certainly didn't want to have a 9-to-5 type of job. My parents told me that that's never going to happen because they came to the United States in order for me to have a good life. And, what type of an actor has a good life? Or you're not really going to be good enough to be a professional tennis player and get a real job. So I said, okay, I thought maybe become a lawyer. And then I saw that I really like business. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So I finished school getting a BA degree from DePaul University, went into IT because that's where the money was, information technology. Within a short period of time, I figured out what I wanted to do within IT that kind of merges business and technology. Started a consulting business, ran that to the ground, started another one, and made that successful. So I had from about 15 years of running IT businesses up to 2012, the middle of 2012, everything was perfect. I was at the height of my financial successes. My business was a multi-million-dollar a year revenue business, certainly not profit, but revenue business, and everything on surface seemed wonderful. But I was completely unfulfilled, hated going to work, and kept hearing the voice in my head that said, you are not living your essence. So at middle of 2012, at the height of everything, I quit. And I said, I'm not doing IT anymore. I need to figure out who it is that I am and what it is that I'm here for.
Wow, that's a great background, Allen. So help us connect with you. Tell us one thing is a business or a personal that we want to know about you, even if we have been following you for a while now.
As a business person?
Yes, a business or a personal thing we want to know about you.
Personal thing. Well, personal thing, I believe that anybody can achieve anything in their lives. And it sounds grandiose, but I truly believe in that. We tend to put ourselves in boxes and tend to say what is possible and what is not, what is likely to happen and what is not. And I don't believe in that at all. I believe that anything you set your mind to, you can achieve. And that comes from my spiritual background, that comes from my experience as an entrepreneur, and it comes from seeing hundreds of people who I now am friends with because my group of friends have changed, who are achieving all these things, who are doing it, who are healthy, wealthy, wise, and really enjoying their lives. So I am a strong believer in anything that you would want to achieve, you can.
Okay. What is the 8 daily ingredients for a healthy life? Somebody to have a healthy life. Apparently, you cooked up all these 8 ingredients.
I did. Yes, it's a nice soup that I want everybody to eat on a daily basis. It's a seamless method, and seamless is an acronym for those 8 ingredients. And the first one is sleep. The second one is eating. Speaking of soup, eating and drinking lots of water. Then we have activity, being active for at least 30 minutes a day. M is for meditation. L is for love, 3 different types of love. loving yourself, loving others in your life, and inserting something that you love into every day. E is for expansion and growth. We need to continue learning on a daily basis. The last two S's, one is for stress reduction, and the last one is for sunshine and fresh air. Those 8 ingredients form the 8 habits of a healthy, happy, stress-free life.
Wow. Okay. We hope we'll be keeping those on our kitchen shelf. People tend to think the sunshine always shine because you are successful. Did you have any setbacks, any failures while moving into healthy business?
Of course, yeah. It took 2 years to a little more than 2 years to figure out exactly what it is that I'm doing, because from the perspective of finding your essence, that takes time, and we all have a general idea of who we are and what we're here to do, but then actually living that and making money at it, that takes a little time. And I went into the spirituality, and until I realized that this is not what I was going to do for a living. It's part of who I am, but that's not a full representation of me. I went into the entrepreneurial end again, and I was going to be starting other businesses, but that was not expressing me either. And it really kind of took that calibration or recalibration, as I call recalibrate your life. It took time, and that process has been the most challenging emotionally, financially, and personally for me, because even though I am a very optimistic person, many around me are not. And when they see somebody going through major life changes, the first reaction tends to be um, not wanting to support it, because in essence, I'm putting a mirror in front of them and asking them to look into it. Because if I'm doing something about my life, what are they doing about theirs? And it's a difficult process, because you constantly hear people who are saying it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're making a mistake. You were making so much money on the IT business. How could you ever quit? Blah, 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 blah. And you need to separate yourself from it. You need to continue following that path, knowing that someday you're going to get there. And that has been the most difficult part. So in terms of failure, I don't look at it that way. In terms of a winding journey, it's been a difficult one, but a very rewarding one.
Okay. Regarding the setback where you had all those emotions, did you like or what you felt? What did you describe to your family, to your friends, or you didn't discuss this to your family and your friends?
You have to discuss it. Now, again, it's the definition of who is your real friend and who do you want to have these conversations to. But in terms of family, um, my wife and I have had many discussions, and it took a while for my wife to get on board, quote unquote. She's a very supportive, very open-minded person, but even for her, this was a shock. And when it deals with financial strains, when it deals with other things, it takes a toll, and those communications have to be had. Those lines have to be open. Otherwise, you can get divorced really quickly during this process.
Oh, that's not what we want to do.
Yeah, and that's it's a reality of the situation. One of the programs that I put together in addition to Seamless is called Career 180. Successful career change without getting a divorce in the process. And it really deals with that, because most people, when they're changing careers, they don't anticipate the personal toll that it actually takes on those around them. And it's a very important factor.
Okay. I know my clan would love to hear how you overcome the hurdles you are going through, and we are going to talk much more about this in our extended interview. But just tempt us for later, Alan. How did you make it through? Why all was that going on?
I
Was it
made it
easy?
through. No, it certainly was not easy. But I made it through by believing in myself and believing that I'm here for a specific reason. And once I understood what that reason was, it was a matter of executing it. And that continues to be the driving force. So not easy, but definitely doable, and people can actually achieve it if they want to.
Okay. You said your focus online now it is into health. So what do you do for people?
My focus is in health and wellness. So I have two programs that I'm running currently. One is based on the seamless method. So seamless is a framework to help people achieve different outcomes, such as stress reduction or getting into shape or improving their relationships or many other factors. And seamless courses are tailored. So these are online offerings, 9 weeks at a time with me and 15 to 20 other experts, many of them world-renowned experts and doctors, who are helping you through that process. And the other is Career 180, helping people figure out who they are, why they're here, and how to monetize it with aligning to that essence.
Okay, my client is hungry of entrepreneurs looking to move their business forward. How can your expertise help my client?
Well, in order to move the business forward, you have to have a number of things aligned. Number one, you have to really believe in what you're doing. And it sounds very esoteric, but it's a very practical measure. Think of it this way. Anybody who is not interested in their job or is doing their job just because it's a job, and this is the way that I have to provide for my family, I fully respect that. But you have no interest in truly becoming a professional at it. And the bottom line of any business is if you're not a professional, you're not going to be successful. You may have moderate levels of success, but you will never achieve all that you can achieve. So the first very basic and very important factor is to love what you do. Once you love what you do, then you can figure out what is the proper way of delivering that love into people who actually need that product or service that you're offering. And then you can build on that. So any business, and I've said this and I've gone through a little game with people, but any business can be a multi-million-dollar business if you do it the right way.
Okay. So do you have something today that can help us with our online success journey? Something to make the road a bit smooth for us. We don't want hard work.
Well, there's no way of getting around hard work. And it's not about the sweat and tears and blood and anything else that we want to throw into the equation, but it really is all about work ethic. If you don't have the work ethic, nothing is going to happen. It doesn't matter what career path you choose, work ethic is the underlying factor beneath all of it. And that's something that I really had to learn the hard way because I am not a naturally, hardworking work ethic type of person. And thankfully, I have a wife who is 10 times that. So I have learned from her. So work ethic is the most important. But I narrowed it down to a very simple formula in terms of the success. First, you have to love what you do. And then you have to become an expert in it, turn that into a service or a product offering, and then do what you love. So it's a very simple process. Focus on the outcome of the other person that they're getting from what you're offering. If you are solving a problem for them, turn that solution into a service offering in which you are an expert in, and then continue marketing properly.
Okay. Where do we find this course of yours, seamlessly coursing online? Where can we find that?
Yeah, it's online. The easiest way would be to go to seamlessmethod.com, SEAMLESS method.com. That'll take you to courses.allenvaysberg.com website, and there you can find out about all of the courses that are being offered. The first offering is August 3rd, so people can sign up for that. As a matter of fact, I have a promotion for your clan. If anybody uses a coupon code radio when they're signing up, they're going to get 10% off of the price.
Okay, so if you go there on the seamlessmethod.com and then you type in radio, then you'll get 10% off, I believe.
Mm-hmm. When you sign up for the course, there are different payment plans or a single payment plan. So when you're actually in the payment screen, there is a coupon code. So put in radio there.
Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. Alan, our client Alan is going to hang out and share more information about his journey with us. If you can relate to where Alan started his travels so far, or if you just want to learn more about Alan, you can listen to the extended version of his journey at onlinesuccess.com. If you are listening at the journey, click on part 2 of Alan's journey and you'll get even more tips to help you with your online journey. Remember, you can go to onlinesuccessjourney.com for more information about the membership and all our journey podcast. So check out Alan's Seamless Method online course at Who? What was that word again, Alan?
Seamlessmethod.com, and the coupon code is radio.
Okay, there you have it. We have more information, and if you are not part of the clan, you should be, and it's offering 10% discount. And once you type in radio, you'll get that into the seamlessly course. So that's a wrap, clan. Remember, success is a journey. See you in part 2. Patience and Alan.
This is not the end of the journey. We hope you've enjoyed listening to part 1 and want to be sure you know there is a second part to this and every journey podcast at onlinesuccessjourney.com, filled with even more success tips, uplifting stories, and even a bit of fun. There are dozens of episodes only available to the members of the Online Success Journey clan. Check out the website and click on Join the Clan for more information. Patience would like to thank you for listening to this podcast, and she has a free audio gift for you at her website. Go to onlinesuccessjourney.com for instant access to this gift. Of course, you know that listening to the journeys of others helps each of us chart our own path, so make sure you're subscribed to be notified as each new interview is posted. There are so many ways to stay connected to the Online Success Journey and to listen in. And if you're enjoying the podcast, we appreciate your help in telling others. One of the best ways to share the benefit you get is to rate and review it at Stitcher and other sites by clicking the stars or completing the ratings form, by clicking thumbs up and leaving a comment on YouTube, or liking and sharing the podcast on social media. To review the podcast within iTunes, simply open iTunes to the podcast, click on Ratings and Reviews, then write a review. On behalf of Patience, and until next time, thanks once more for listening. It is our hope that this podcast will guide you on your own online success journey.